Nsue is an Afro-Spanish actress known for her roles in Austrian short Return of the Hushbugs, TV series Suspects, and the award-winning web series Dear Jesus. Her latest work, Shads, was screened at the British Film Institute, delivered by the NFTS. Her acting career started age 18 in Belfast, Northern Ireland, when she got her first job as background artist in the major feature film by Universal Studios, Your Highness. Subsequently, she joined different agencies and moved to Ipswich in order to film her next project, An English Dream, in which she starred as Sihu, a Kenyan girl moving to England to discover new opportunities. She then moved to London, where she now resides and studies method acting under Sam Ramble. She joins me on the Just Steve show today to talk about her life and why she wants to be an actor. Hello, it's that time again for the Just Steve show, where you know what we do. We go grab a cup of coffee, tea, whatever it is that you want to take and join us today on the show. My guest today on the show is a lovely lady. She's an actress, and I like her style of acting. I've seen a couple of things that she's done, and I kind of like it. But anyway, let me not talk too much. Let's say hello to Nansi.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome to the show. Now, you must have heard that our journey starts from the beginning, you know, growing up as a child. What was that like for you?
Well, a bit complicated. We moved a lot. I was born in Equatorial Guinea, and when I was like 2 years old, we moved to Spain. And I remember going from Madrid to Elche, different places, until we settled down in Alicante, which is where I grew up.
So why were you, why was all that? Well, of course, I know you were little, but I'm sure you must have asked why you were always moving.
Well, my mom's excuse is that she doesn't like the cold. So she was looking for a place that was hot enough to settle down. So yeah, we never really stood in one place for a long time, as far as I can remember. So it was just like trying to find the right place to settle down. And then we found Alicante, which is quite warm, and we just stay there.
So what was it like as a child, you know, growing up, doing all the silly things that little girls do? Did you wear all the pretty dresses and stuff like that?
Well, growing up, my mom would dress me, would be the one choosing clothing and stuff. But once I decided to stop doing those little dresses, I was a bit of a tomboy. I was wearing, you know, trousers, jeans, trainers, things that wouldn't match very much. Didn't really care much about the way I looked. I was very, very into myself, I would say.
Why was that?
Now thinking about it, I would say that I had a lot of maybe anger growing up.
Yeah, so that's right, because you said growing up was complicated. So what kind of anger? What would cause you, a little girl, to be so angry?
Well, I don't think I've ever realized about these things until I grew up, until I moved away and I was here analyzing my life in a way. My biggest sadness or anger would be that I didn't grow up with my father.
Okay, and so why was that?
Well, it never worked for my parents to be together. Okay. And from time to time, I would talk to my dad, but it wasn't really a solid father and daughter relationship. So, you know, a little girl always wants to have their father, and I didn't have that. So I guess that made me a bit sad and angry, a bit keep to myself.
So you've kept to yourself. I'm sure you must have, you know, sometimes when we keep to ourselves like that, there's something that we're discovering. Did you discover anything about yourself by keeping to yourself?
It's just, I mean, I was, even though I was keeping myself to myself, I would still like find things to distract me from my troubles, in terms of like, I would sing, because my dad is a singer. Okay. I thought I wanted to follow in his footsteps in a way. So I used to sing a lot, and write scripts and doing all these artistic things that I didn't necessarily know that I didn't really know that that's what I wanted to do, but I was always drawn to doing those things. So maybe I would write my anger or my sadness into a song, or I would write a little script or whatever. So those things kept me distracted, but I didn't necessarily notice that I wanted to go towards that.
So what schools did you go to?
I went to a school of nuns. It was like a half thing, half public school, half private school. Like from the ages of 5 till 11, I think it is, you're wearing a uniform, and then from 11 till 15, which is when you graduate, you were wearing normal clothes. It was strict, but it was alright. Like in school, I didn't really do many crazy things. I would just be, with my few friends, and that's it.
Okay. So at what point did you decide to come to the UK?
Well, I always wanted to learn English. That was one of my first things ever since I was a kid. English was my priority to learn. And for some reason, I always thought America, because they always sell you the American dream and all that. But then when I turned 18, my auntie, one of my mother's sisters, made the choice to come to London, and she asked me if I wanted to come with her. So I said, yeah, why not? But at the end, we ended up in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Yeah. And that's when I made my choice to leave Spain and go to a different country to learn English. And after 1 year in Belfast, I moved to London by myself.
Okay. So at what point did you decide that I'm going to be an actor?
That was solely by chance. It was just by chance. I was in Belfast, walking down the streets, and there was a poster or a sign somewhere saying, would you like to be an extra in some films? And so I took the number, I took the website, I joined the agency, and the first job I got as an extra was in a Hollywood film called Your Highness.
Okay.
And so I did that job, and on the first day on set, it was just amazing, the sets, the lights, camera, everything, transported me to a different world. Yeah. And I couldn't stop since then. I made my choice on that day. This is what I want to do.
What did you study in school?
Marketing. Far away from what I'm doing. Yeah.
So how did you take it on from there?
Well, when I left Spain, my idea was to finish my career in England. But then once I got into the acting bit, I kind of stopped. I didn't finish. And I got into like drama classes and things like that. A bit disappointed for my mom, obviously. But she sees the results now, and she's kind of like, okay, just go for it.
So what have you done after that first appearance?
Yes, so after I finished that film, which I was just an extra, I actually Googled, how do you become an actress? What do you do to be an actress? And I found some agencies online that you could join, so I did that, and I got my first lead role for an independent film in Ipswich.
Okay.
So straight away, I had to move to Ipswich for like 2 months to do a film. It was a small thing. I learned a lot from that. And then when I was in Ipswich, I would come to London from time to time to audition for other things. So after I finished in Ipswich, I moved to London. I never went back to Belfast. And I've done that. I've done a few independent films, short films. And I went back home to Spain to actually film a pilot for a Spanish action series like Police, because I'm an action girl.
I can see.
Yeah.
And that's in Spanish. Everything is in
Spanish.
Yeah, in Spanish.
Yeah. I'm still seeing whether that will get the go-ahead, but it looks like it's going to be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, okay, so you saw this poster, went and became an extra, and then did all of that. Did you go, now you've decided this is, I want to be an actor. Did you think of doing any form of training?
I am training at the moment.
Oh, you are training at the moment.
I'm studying method acting.
Okay.
Yeah, under Sam Rambelow, the Rag Factory.
Okay, really sorry to cut you short. For people who don't know what method acting is, what is that?
Oof, that's very difficult to put into words. Well, method is a process where you kind of like investigate the character and you look at the similarities or differences, or how can you as a person get more closer to this character? How can you put your personal experiences to match what the character is going through, and that will bring about like a better understanding or work or performance. Like people will see you and will think, oh, you really appear or seem to be experiencing the same things as this character. Like a good example I can give is DayLewis when he filmed Lincoln. They say that he basically spent a whole month living as if he was Lincoln. You know, on set, nobody could call him by his own name. They had to address him as Lincoln, you know? So it's like you really put yourself in the shoes of whichever character you're playing to get closer to them. That's a way of explaining it.
Okay. Now, when you're not working, what do? You said you sing as well. Have you taken that on as well?
No, I actually stopped singing as soon as I realized that acting is what I really wanted to do.
But it doesn't mean you don't know how to sing.
I can sing. I can sing. I just don't do it anymore. I don't. It doesn't fulfill me anymore.
Can I ask you to just sing something little?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What can I sing? Now I get like stuck when people ask me that. Let me just think about a song and then I'll do it for you. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna get out of it.
Okay. So when you're not working, what do you do?
When I'm not working, I'm studying, or I like to go to the cinema. I'm always watching movies.
I can imagine that you would want to do that to see what's going on.
Yeah, you can learn a lot as an actor watching plays or a lot of movies.
Okay, so now that your mom it knows that this is what you do professionally, how does she take it? Because you said she wasn't happy that you didn't go on.
Well, it is still a difficult situation because even though I've made my career choice and things are happening, acting is a very unreliable job. Sometimes you may have a lot of work and sometimes you may have nothing. Exactly. So I find myself sometimes I still have to work, you know. And so I understand that it stresses her a little bit. It's a bit it worries her that, you know, I may not achieve that level where I can only rely on that. And obviously I never finished my career in marketing, so she worries about that. You know, they always want you to have a diploma or like a title, you know, to secure your future. So
okay, we're going to have to take a break right now. We'll take a break and we'll be back after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
I would like that. I would like to have a family, you know, husband, kids. I do want to have kids. That's definitely something I do want to have. I would say not to ever give up. You know, in this world, you're not always going to achieve everything you want when you want it.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still the Just Tip Show, and I have as my guest today an upcoming actress in the person of Nansi. You're welcome to the show again. Okay, now you told us that your dad, you've not been in, you know, contact with your. Are you in contact with him now? Does he know what you're doing right now?
I guess he knows.
That's. I guess he knows. Explain that to us.
It's a very sensitive issue.
I can understand.
Yeah, we don't talk.
Now, well, yeah, you did say it's sensitive. Don't you want to get back? Well, I know you've never really had a relationship, but doesn't it cross your mind at all that you would want to have a relationship with him?
Well, sometimes, yeah. I mean, he's my father, but
for now you don't. Okay. I guess you're not married, so no, you're not. But are you looking to get married, have kids?
Have kids, yes. Marriage, on the other hand, is a bit of a, I haven't seen good marriages.
That doesn't mean there aren't.
I know they are. The thing is, like, you go to what you know. The experiences of people around you. If people talk bad about marriage, what are you gonna hear all the time? I haven't seen it, and I don't really think it's necessary.
Okay,
that's just my take.
Yeah, that's your take, and you're entitled to that. Mm-hmm. But if I come back to you and say, in 5 years' time, I know you would say you wouldn't know, but would there be any likelihood that you will change that? To have a family of your own and probably experience what you didn't experience growing up?
Well, I would like that. Mm. I would like to have a family, husband, kids. I do want to have kids. That's definitely something I do want to have. And have a partner, sure. Marriage, I'm not going to say no to that, but what I can tell you is that since I've been a little girl, I've always said I'm not going to get married.
You know what?
It may happen.
I said that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not married though, but I did say that as well. Mm. But yeah, okay. Now let's talk about young people out there. You're still very young, but you from the way you talk, you tell me that you're quite focused. Now, in present-day UK, we have a lot of young people who have had similar experiences like you, not knowing, not having a father figure or a mother figure in their lives, and they just don't know the way forward. They don't know what to do. They don't even know, if you ask some of them, what is it you want to do? They can't really tell you. Mm. Now, for somebody like you who has from an early age known what they want to do, what would you say to the young ones like that?
Well, I would say not to ever give up. In this world, you're not always going to achieve everything you want when you want it. Sometimes things don't come because you are not ready as a person. You are not at that stage where you can take it on. In my personal experience, acting, there's many roles that I auditioned for and I didn't get them. Thinking on it now, I'm like, if I had gotten that job, I would have ruined my life because I wasn't ready for the pressure. I wasn't ready for whatever would come with it. Now I am at a stage where I'm starting to get ready. So whichever role that comes, I can take on. So I would just say, don't despair, don't be discouraged, work hard, keep positive, trust and believe in yourself, and bring good energies. Be positive all the time. Never give up. That's fantastic. Now, we're going to have to go shortly, but let me just ask you one question. Mm-hmm. Who would be the person in let me say Hollywood that you would love to act with? Oh, Viola Davis. Wow. I love to act with her. Like the energy she brings around, it's crazy. Viola, Meryl Streep. Mm. Yeah, those two are like my male. I'm gonna go a bit with my crushes here. Will you be able to act? I like Tom Hardy a lot. I think DiCaprio as well is really cool. Yeah, so too. You get a role playing alongside them. Yeah. How are you gonna behave? I don't know. Don't trust me. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really had fun. Yeah, me too. Even though you're so young, I'm quite inspired. For someone who has had a troubled, complicated childhood, you're still very focused. No, thank you. That's a good thing. Trying. Right. So I hope that when you do act
alongside Viola Davis when we are going to premiere the movie. You're going to come back and talk to us.
I'll give you an invitation.
Thank you. That's what we're
Come to the red carpet.
All right, then. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Well, that's our show for today. We've had a lot of fun today doing this, and I'm sure you have too. If you have any questions, comments, visit our Facebook page, our website, and I'm sure we'll be able to reply them as soon as we're able to. I remain Evelyn Obaho. Take care. God bless, and we'll do this again next time. Bye.
You may think they're just like you.
I wish you could trust me.
I do.
You don't.
Conditioned to strike